Welcome back to the Leftist Skeptic podcast with me, your host, Rayan Sharifi. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here today. I hope everybody had a happy holidays, and um, it's crazy that the end of the year is coming so soon, but here we are. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about what does the left of the political spectrum have to offer for young men. Personally, from my perspective, I feel like it has to offer pretty much everything. The left has pretty much been a safe haven for marginalized groups, and men have really been the odd ones out when it comes to the left, especially men who are not from any marginalized groups, like, men who are white. White guys have really been the odd ones out when it comes to the left. Um, but that's besides the point, ladies and gentlemen. The point is, the left, in my opinion, and the topic I want to talk about today, I feel like the left has a lot to offer for men. Um, Particularly younger guys and some older guys. Um, from what I've seen, a lot of guys who have taken advice of the left have seen positive results, like going to therapy, not bottling up your feelings, opening up to people who you can trust with your soul and your heart. Um, People have also guaranteed that the left also is against patriarchy, and patriarchy is not just a thing that is spewed out by feminists. Patriarchy is a real thing. Patriarchy is something that also damages guys as well. Patriarchy gives guys this narrative that they have to be the ones in power, the ones who will get off to war, the ones who have to bottle up their feelings, the ones who cannot even let out a single ache of vulnerability. If they do, then they're soft. And when they're soft, according to patriarchy, then you're not a real man. Yeah. But of course, we cannot let societal structures define who we are as people. As people, we can be who we want to be. And that's the miracle of being a human being. As being human beings, we have been given such a brain, such a powerful organ in our body that we can literally do whatever we want. Literally everything. Not everything, of course, but we can do things that are limited to our reality as humans. I mean, it's really cool how we went from people in the Stone Age who, banging sticks on sticks to the modern era where we live in warm houses and we have cars And we have all of these tall, massive structures that were built by human beings. But of course, many people don't understand that um, this all would have never happened if patriarchy was um, fully enforced. Because the building of buildings, right? Some women helped in the building of some structures. And um, same thing with war. During World War II, when men were off to war to fight against the Germans and so on and so forth, if you know World War II history, then you know it was the Germans, the Italians, and the Japanese. But when the men in America were off fighting against the Axis, the women were in the men's jobs. They were the ones working and building parts for tanks and airplanes. And that's where the era of the "we can do it" poster came. Yeah, the American poster of the woman who is flexing her muscles. Um, but yeah, it really shows how without women, men would be incomplete. And even many forms of data prove that. Men actually need women for most of their lives. Now, there are some guys who live without women and are happy because these are guys who don't let patriarchy control them, and they know that if they want a woman, they can get a woman. If they don't, then they don't. There are guys who are asexual and all that stuff like that. But, it's all interesting that every time someone wants to talk about things like patriarchy with their Republican family members or friends that are close with their family members that are Republicans, they always say it's just a feminist construct, or they say it's not real when 100% it is real. I mean, women back in the day, especially here's a good form of patriarchy. Women back in the day, especially during the times of ancient Rome, um, whenever a woman was, you know, SA'd, the offense of her getting SA'd was actually an offense to the husband that she was with, and it wasn't really an offense to the woman who was, you know, treated as such. And, as much as men, we like to say that ancient Rome was the peak of ancient civilization and all that stuff like that. There really was some things in ancient Rome that were pretty messed up according to modern standards, which it was. Um, it's something that as a guy you feel guilt. As a guy you really do feel guilt. But as a person who understands that even though you feel guilt, you still want to fight against the people who keep giving you and your kind guilt. And that's why I'm a leftist, because I want freedom for everybody. Women, people of color, gays, trans people, all people. Because at the end of the day, we are all human beings, and we cannot really be judging one another. Because if we do judge one another, then, well, we get the world that we have today. The only thing that we should really be judging people on is actions, not who they identify as. Actions. Because actions speak louder than words. And you, dear viewer, know this. Every single time somebody talks about, like, oh, like, this marginalized group has not been here, we were here first. You were not even there first, also. You came also from a boat as well. And the thing is, like, with patriarchy, is that patriarchy made the United States of America. Patriarchy was the dominant power structure in Europe until now, when it is finally getting deconstructed. Um, but yeah, patriarchy is also a structure being taken place in the Middle East and North Africa, so on and so forth. But am I a person who wants a full matriarchal society? No. Because I feel like there's no superior gender. No gender is superior to the other. In my eyes, it's not. Because, like I said, we are all human beings. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're male, trans male, female, trans female, if you're intersex, if you're non binary, it doesn't matter what you are. You are still a human being according to me. And according to people who actually do gender research. Um, but yeah, that's really all I have for today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to wrap it up. If you like this video, then drop a like and hit the subscribe button. Turn on notifications so you don't miss another episode of the Leftist Skeptic podcast. And I'll be dropping a new video every Saturday and Sunday. And as always, peace out.